Welcome to the channel of PACIFIC414. Show us this loyalty. Throw yourself onto the subscribe button and submit yourself to the live streams, gaming streams, and so much more. Pathetic earthlings, I command you.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
Autobots, transform and roll out!
Warning, due to adult language and humor, the following content may not be suitable for any viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following live stream or video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who are those losers?
Losers? Who do you call losers?
All of us! We need a life. What's wrong with us? Just like Shakespeare said, we need a life. Oh, hello. Who pulled Mike's finger?
Good evening and welcome, one and all, to PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, along with Cash Money 007, Baron Orman Tag. I'm your host, Mike, and tonight we've got 3 articles to discuss, and I think these 3 articles will be plenty to talk about in an hour and a half. And first and foremost, I want to ask you, gentlemen, how are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'm there.
We good, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, here I am. Yeah, yay. Do I sound excited? I am, yeah.
You're happy to be here, I can tell, Baron.
Oh, absolutely thrilled. Freaking thrilled.
If I didn't know any better, your last name was Lumberg.
Yeah. So, are we done yet?
We haven't even started, Baron, you smartass.
Yep. Hello, Nighthawk.
And speaking of saying hello, we had a smartass who's on the panel who says, beware the McCracken.
Kraken.
McQuacken? Quacken? Look, he's a duck.
Sorry, Phil. I'm sure I'm going to hear from Phil later on. McQuacken, Mike? Yes, Phil. McQuacken. And also we have Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000 who says, what up, my friend? And he also says that he gave me a 3rd shout-out video. Brandon, you don't need to keep doing these shout-out videos. One's enough, brother. I appreciate it, but believe me, 1 is enough. And we also have Nighthawk who says, hello, Pacific and Baron and chat. Also says, hello, Cash Money.
Mm-hmm. I thought 8 was enough.
Maybe back in the 80s, 8 was enough, but for
me,
me,
let's go to 70s.
for me, and I'm being serious here. For anybody who is watching now or watches this on the replay, you don't have to give me any shout outs.
No,
I don't need it. If you want to share out the stream, cool. That's what I consider a shout out. But you don't have to make a video shouting out the channel. Like I said, I appreciate it, but it's not necessary.
We don't need to give Doc Pop any more attention. He craves it.
Oh, God. You should hear how egotistical he is when we're off the air. I mean, he's a different animal when he's not on here. I mean, he's so nice and friendly here, but he's a tyrant.
Wait a minute. Cash is the tyrant.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the one who stays up late at night battling on Twitter.
I haven't done that.
Good fight.
That sounds horrible. I don't want to.
These people.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and you're the one that, when I first started talking to you today, goes, I'll probably lose a few people on Twitter with something I had to say.
Maybe so, but that could be for any of us.
but you know what, Baron? He says it with a big smile on his face, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did
that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you don't even go out of your way to do that to people. It's crazy.
It's like, did I do that? He's our Urkel. Oh, no. Look who's here.
No, I'm not knocking over things.
Hello, Gab. How you doing, brother?
Hello,
Gab. For this edition of Pop Talk, and we are going to go to at least 7:45. I promise you we are. We are going to be talking about Jedi Fallen Order because there's a book that reveals Night Sister Mirren's personal preferences when it comes to her relationships. I'll put it that way. And we also have another article from Bounding in the Comics that says Chris Pratt reveals his Christian faith helps him against the cancel mob. And another Guardians related article where James Gunn claims he came up with the backstory for the Infinity Stones in 90 minutes and calls it BS. Yeah, he's full of it.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to go ahead and get started with this article right here. And we're going to find out what Chris Pratt has to say when it comes to the cancel mob and how his Christian faith helps him deal with those who want to try to cancel him. And I am posting the link into the chat. And here we go. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3 star Chris Pratt reveals his Christian faith helps him find solace every time he is targeted by the cancel culture mob. This is by Josh Berger. It was actually posted not too long ago. And it was actually posted on the 9th on Bounding in the Comics website. And it says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 star Chris Pratt recently revealed that his Christian faith has helped him weather the constant attacks he faced from the cancel culture mob, specifically noting that it is Jesus who helps him find solace amid the storms. Goes on to say, while it's promoting the latest entry in Marvel sci-fi superhero series, Pratt was interviewed by Page Six, wherein the devout Christian actor agreed that he has often been criticized for being vocal about his faith. What's wrong with someone having belief in their own faith? I don't care what your faith is, who you call God. What's wrong with having confidence in your own faith?
Oh, exactly. I mean, I don't think I've made it a secret that I'm very much a devout Christian myself. I'm a Missouri-Synod Lutheran, but I don't go out there and shove it down people's throats. But I do sometimes come from that approach of being a religious person. But also, the thing is being true to oneself is take a look at things from the other side.
Yep.
So, other people's faiths. I mean, in my library, I got, books from other faiths and talking about other faiths out there. Just, is more you know. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I can go ahead and play that clip, Aaron.
Okay. Do we have it? Oh. I forgot I had that.
I'm not playing that to be a smart ass. I'm just playing it because it's there and it's appropriate.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you were. I think I remember putting it on there and I forgot about it. I would have played it myself. But, Chris Pratt, a good old fashioned Virginia, Minnesota guy. He's from the range up there, don't you know? When you have the people that talk like they do in Fargo, he comes from the area where they talk like Fargo.
But he doesn't talk like he comes from Fargo, though.
No. Not everybody.
Not anymore. He may have at one point, but now
maybe he did.
Now he doesn't.
I'm sure if I started doing that around him, he'd probably snap back. It's like try to kill me afterwards. Going, I just worked so hard to get rid of that.
Well, if it's like my mom, she was originally from New York, so having lived in Southern California when I was growing up, and then going back to New York a couple of times, she would slip right back into her New York accent, like it was nothing.
Yuck. And so it depends on where. Yeah. Go on.
No, go ahead, Baron. Go ahead.
No, it depends on where you are in New York too. You got the Bronx accent. You got the even in New York City, you got I don't know how many different accents.
Mm-hmm. And with this article, it says, "I sure do, but that's nothing new. That's nothing new, The Jurassic World star said, admitting that he is often under scrutiny for openly expressing his beliefs. Well, because in today's culture, you lean more toward that direction. Boo, hiss.
Mm-hmm.
So this article goes on to say, sharing a passage from the Old Testament, Pratt cited, "If I was of this world, they would love me just like that, but as it is, I've chosen out of this world." That is John 15:18 through 20.
Mm-hmm.
He explained. And it goes on to say, that's the way it is. Nothing new. 2,000 years ago, they hated Jesus too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, you put it that way, and it tells you that as far as a species, we haven't changed.
Mm-mm. No. That's why I always sat back and said I think secular humanism is bullshit, just as much as post-millennialism when you come into and when you have people with revelation stuff like that. It's like I think that's bullshit too. I mean, honestly,
And the article goes on to say, turning to how he dealt with his detractors, Brad asserted, just how you deal with anything, like a rhino. Stick your head down, you keep driving forward, you have thick skin, and if anyone gets in your way, you stick the horn right up to their ass. I'm sorry, I saw that coming, and I couldn't help but start laughing. It's like, I like that approach.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that wrong?
No, tell it like it is, and charge.
Yeah.
The article also goes on to say, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy star is no stranger to cancellation attempts from cancel culture mob. In 2020, easily offended individuals falsely labeled Pratt as a white supremacist simply because he did not attend a star-studded Marvel Studios sponsored fundraiser for then presidential candidate Joe Biden.
Okay. Let's take a little. How the hell is he racist or white supremacist or whatever for not going to President Biden? A fundraiser when he's running for the presidency. How?
I wish I knew, Baron.
I just want to sit back. Sorry.
With the way things have been going these last several years, it seems like a pin could drop and somebody would freak out about it.
Yep.
Should I paraphrase one person in this whole thing? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. There. What sounds more white supremacist?
Yeah. I wonder which potato head president said that. Yeah, I said potato head, even though I am an independent. I don't like him. I don't like Democrats. I don't like Republicans.
He doesn't like us either. Yeah, he doesn't like us.
I can tolerate you guys.
Oh, okay.
Tolerate. Hear that word? Tolerate.
Tolerate. Yeah, I know. Tolerate. It's Phil that hates us all. I forgot. It's Phil that hates us all. I hate you all. I do that for you.
Anyways, and yes, someone might say, Mike, what about that no politics rule? This is different. It's related to the article. I have said in the past, if it's related to the article, we can talk about it, but we're not going to dwell on it.
No, but the thing is that one statement had to be addressed. That's such
it did.
True.
It did.
We can go over some other statements too, but we won't.
No. I mean, it just had to be addressed. The rhino in the room.
I do want to say hello to Decepticon's Cave of Comic and Toys. How you doing, Decepticon?
Well, you better go see it, Decepticon. You know you want to.
I don't know. Do we trust Decepticons? I don't know.
Do we?
I don't know. Do we trust the Decepticons?
We know too much about Decepticons.
Silence, Baron! You're no better than Starscream!
Extinction to all traitors!
Thank you, Baron. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this article goes on to say, a few months later, Pratt came under fire for a number of fake tweets that many falsely believed were made by him because they're idiots.
Right. Yeah.
In November 2021, Pratt was once again targeted by social justice warriors. Yeah, warriors.
Yeah.
After he shared a harmless Instagram post thanking his wife, Catherine Schwarzenegger. Yeah, you know. Come on, you know.
Come on,
For giving birth to their healthy daughter, and also goes on to say which terminally online individuals wrongly interpreted as a dig against his ex-wife Anna Faris over the fact that the son they share was born premature. Okay, what's wrong with being born premature? I was born premature.
Well, that's just it. Well, the big thing they were all crying about was thanking Jesus Christ for the health that everything came out to the end and his faith.
Oh, how terrible!
Again,
somebody has religion in their life now, right?
Religion.
Oh no!
I mean, he was expressing that. That's what they're going after him for.
And we got a response from Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I hate you all.
Yay!
How you doing, Phil? I hope you're feeling better, brother.
I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing better. And because you're here, we have to do this.
This is Patrick Stewart, and I wish to tell Phil McCracken that I hate him also.
So continuing with the article, it says, I went to bed last night really kind of upset and depressed, and I woke up feeling crappy, and I didn't want to work out, said the Guardians of the Galaxy star. I knew, though, that if I put on my Christian music playlist and I got out to the woods and I ran, that I'd feel better. But I just didn't want to. And I did it anyways, and gosh, I was right. It felt amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You do things that make you happy, that keep your mind off certain things or give you focus.
Mm-hmm.
He went on, I got out in the woods, got my blood pumping, and God was like, sat down right there next to me. Actually, I say this as a guy who I don't emotional that often, but I actually got emotional out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was at peace. He felt he was with God.
Right.
I was out in the woods on this run, and I just felt like there was another in the fire standing next to me. So I just want to say all glory to God, he praised. And if you feel down today, maybe get some exercise, maybe listen to some good worship music or get the word in because it really helped me this morning. So yeah. Again, we all have things that help give us focus. When we're having a bad day, we have something that we do to focus our minds, to reset our minds, get it back on the right path. And for each and every one of us, it's something different. And let's see. Phil is saying thank you to Gap. And Gap is sending prayers to Phil. And yeah, so guys, what do you want to say?
What? Do you want to go first, Cash?
Sure. I mean, just he's probably a pretty private guy, Chris Pratt. That's what I'm guessing. But we need more celebrities like this man to be more based about their feelings on things and stop all this nonsense and attacking people and so on. But they of course attack them because religion is being attacked, especially Christianity. Excuse me. It's certainly being attacked in this country, and it's ridiculous. And I'm sure there's a lot of Christians who don't try to push their faith on anyone. But you know what? We need more faith in this country. We need more people to believe that there's something better out there and just find something good. Maybe build something to get their minds off, because destroying the cities and causing all these problems is not going to help anything ever. It just won't. And so, yes, I think people need some kind of faith in their life or something else to believe in that's good in their life that helps them through their day.
And I do want to say hello to Real Wade Nation blog.
What's up, Real Wade?
Good to see you, Wade.
We'll just go Wade. It's easier to say.
And do you have anything you'd like to add, Baron?
Well, it comes down to what he is out there sitting back saying. If he would have said this 20, 30, especially 40, 50 years ago, no one would bat an eye. Nobody would bat an eye except for, the one or two deranged individuals out there. Now we have this insanity that Chris Pratt, and he is a private guy. He's got, a land in Montana he pretty much stays at. He loves going out hunting. I mean, this guy is your typical northern Minnesota guy, which he is from Virginia, Minnesota. And I don't know his story of faith. I don't know if he grew up completely with it or if he came to it later. Either way, it's very important. And how he expresses it is non-offensive, non-attacking. Just like when people get upset, he said Merry Christmas and all that. It's like, if someone wishes you something, if someone came up to me that's Jewish and go, Happy Hanukkah, I would not be offended. Because whenever you wish something out there, it's not to be belittling or insulting. Mm-hmm. You're welcoming them in and saying, hey, here we go. Even though you're not of the same faith, you thought enough of me to say something.
You know, Baron, somebody I knew for 42 years of my life told me the exact same thing.
Oh, okay. And it's nice to hear that others have that thought and that has stuck with you. The attack Chris Pratt, and if you take a look at the articles, nothing that they had in there. And I want to remind one thing too: James Gunn is a very anti-religious person. One of the big things he wanted to do with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was do basically deconstruction of God, and basically there is no God type of thing. But who was one of the first?
This is a spoiler, but there is a line in Volume 3 where a character, I'm not going to say which character, but a character does say, God doesn't exist. So I did what God should do. I'm paraphrasing it, of course, but...
Correct. But who was the first person one of the first people to defend James Gunn was because of those tweets and how they said, no, he's not going to be with Guardians of the Galaxy no more. We're getting rid of him. It was Chris Pratt. One of the first ones to go up there say, if you don't do this, I'm not going to do another Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And the rest of the cast also, I think, fell in line. So you have a genuine, true soul. We need these. Quit destroying the kind-hearted people. Is he perfect? No. I'm sure he's effed up quite a bit. I'm sure he's done wrong things. I'm sure he tore people off. I'm sure he's done something to do something mean to somebody. But then again, everybody look in the mirror. We all have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect.
Right. Exactly. Nope. So quit. You hunyucks out there. Quit attacking this man. I think the only thing you should be mad about is that Chris Pratt dethroned Chris Pratt as number one for in the theaters last week. Mm-hmm. Here he had a number one movie, and then he displaces his own number one movie. People love this guy.
That is true. I mean, think about it. And for anybody that might be wondering what Baron's referring to, Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
That's been number one for a while. And then this past weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 becomes number one. And who's in it? Chris Pratt. So there you go.
Yeah, I wonder how that feels, honestly. Knowing that you displaced yourself in the number one. It's like, okay, I was number one, but now I'm still number one, but it's for another movie.
I mean, that's going to be, I don't know, that's going to be an odd feeling, wouldn't you think?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would be, I don't know. I just would be beside myself in shock. And I'm sure it happened before, but I can't think of the last time something like that happened. Maybe William Shatner with Star Trek 5? I did that.
Row your boat.
row. Well, why the hell are we?
Well, hold on. I'm trying to do a segue here.
Oh,
I just hope I didn't get rid of it.
I got it right here.
Song, you green-blooded Vulcan. You sing it. The words aren't important. What's important is that you have a good time singing it.
Yeah, that's all I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm always going to try to add some levity to the show.
Because Cash and I are way too serious.
And I do want to say hello to Prismatics. How are you doing?
What's up, Priz?
Good to see you. So, speaking of James Gunn, and everybody has their own thoughts on James Gunn. Some think he's the greatest since sliced bread, and others probably don't really care for him.
Some people also think he's creepy because of things that happened in the past. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's understandable.
He might still be a creep. Who knows? I've never worked with him, so I don't know.
I honestly don't think he's the answer for DC's troubles over at Warner Brothers. I'll say that.
No,
I don't think so either. It's his attitude on certain things. I go, no.
Well, speaking of his attitude on certain things, this article from Bound in the Comics by John F. Trent says in the headline here, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 director James Gunn claims he came up with the backstory for the Infinity Stones in 90 minutes. Describes it as bullshit.
I guess I don't understand that whole thing. It's like, it came up within 90 minutes, and then it's BS.
It's BS, yet funny. The Infinity Stones, if my memory serves me correctly, existed prior to the MCU. They existed in the comics. So how could he come up with the backstory for them if that backstory was already created? Can you answer that for me, please?
I don't know. 24, are you out there?
I don't think he's around right now.
No, sadly. I'm trying to remember. Is that a Jack Kirby thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I think so, but I don't want to say it for sure.
I don't want to either. I don't want to be absolutely wrong, but I'm kind of doing a little search now. Well, why the hell was Thanos running around trying to find them when I just looked it up here on my Google and they're selling Infinity Stones left and right? This guy is such a putz. If Thanos would have had Amazon, he would have gotten everything right away. I'll tell you.
True. Or maybe he was looking at the Infinity Stones from Wish.
Oh, there we go.
And I do want to say hello to Old Man who says, "This is strange. Chat is messed up. Hi, all. And it's YouTube."
I was going to say, what do you mean it's norm?
You could try reloading the page and see if that'll help.
Yep. So this article says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 director James Gunn recently claimed he came up with the backstory for the Infinity Stones in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And let's see, it goes on to say, during a Q&A with comicbook.com's Phase Zero YouTube channel, Gunn and Star-Lord actor Chris Pratt were asked to name all the Infinity Stones. While answering the question, Gunn told Pratt, "I wrote that scene in about an hour and a half. And just came up with what the Infinity Stones were. Everything's based on that." He elaborated. They were like, we're thinking about putting the Power Stone in. I was like, oh, that's cool. The Collector has the Power Stone, and I just made up this bullshit. Gunn would then...
Oh, sorry. I just got to have one question to say. Wasn't the Infinity Stone already happening before Guardians of the Galaxy in the MCU?
Yeah.
They already had this stuff all planned up.
Yeah. The Tesseract.
Right. And I got just a quick thing here. I did look it up there. Originally, they were called Infinity Gem, or Soul Gems. Sorry, my apologies. They first appeared in 1972 in Marvel Premiere. Then they were called Soul Gems, and then they became Infinity Gems, and eventually they became Infinity Stones. But in the comics, they're pretty much Infinity Gems. And as they sat back and said, the main 6 gems appeared when the death-obsessed villain Thanos attempted to use them to extinguish every star in the universe. So it's somewhat the same. And of course, as things went along, I don't know. Do I have a hamster? Maybe I'm the hamster.
No, I don't hear it now.
Okay. Gap, you're just messing with me.
No, I hear it again.
Yeah, no, we hear a squeak.
Oh, you know what that is? It's my leg.
Your chair?
Well, I have kind of a nervous thing that happens, and that's where my leg starts bouncing up and down. So it does that, and of course I'm sitting in the chair. It starts making that sound that sounds like a gerbil or a hamster is in a wheel. I'll try to keep it down.
Yeah, keep it down, Baron. Gosh,
I'm trying. Hey, it's part of me being crazy. Okay, it's part of my. Here, just for that. Here, he's running fast now.
So the article goes on to say Gunn would then struggle to name all of the Infinity Stones, requiring help from comicbook.com's Brandon Davis, who informed him he was missing the Space Stone. And it says later in the Q&A, Gunn said he wrote the scene in a half an hour and never thought about it again after that.
You're the freaking director.
Yeah. In the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, the Collector explained the Infinity Stones before creation itself. There were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of These systems were forged into concentrated ignites, infinity stones, and these stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. The collector and it goes on to say the rest of the line from the movie. I'm not going to read the rest of that. It says the Infinity Stones were originally described as soul gems in the original Soul Gem, first appearing in Marvel's premiere #1 back in 1972. All 6 gems would be revealed in Avengers Annual #7 in 1977. And goes on to say in Avengers Annual #7, it detailed that Thanos discovered soul gems while scouring the mines and libraries of 1,000 of worlds. Sometimes when they write these articles and bound in the comics, they need someone to go back and
do a quick,
proofread.
I mean, they're a little bit.
Well,
they're a little better than most.
Isn't this the head of it? I think the one of the main writers. I don't know. Sometimes the way they write this stuff, I don't know.
They're a little better than the other ones, so I have to say that.
Yeah.
But they still go.
It also explained all 6 of the gems and how Thanos obtained them. The scroll told of 6 beautiful and deadly gems whose origins were only vaguely and fearfully hinted at. Individually, each gem possessed powers awesome. Together, they could accomplish even that which Thanos desired. The Titan was determined that the 6 gems would be his. So,
and I believe even Adam Warlock used it. So I mean, it's like, yeah, gun. Yeah.
So I'm not going to read the rest of the article, but I just think it's pretty laughable that you have somebody who's been put in charge of making the Guardians of the Galaxy movie and contributing to the Infinity War saga, and he can't even name all 6 gemstones.
Yeah. I mean, James, when it comes to James Gunn, obviously he's got a talent. I mean, the first 2 Guardians were a ton of fun. Ton of fun. But now he's wandered over to DC, and he's made it known that J.J. Abrams' idea that we do Superman is still on the table. It has not been fully rejected.
Nope.
So, and I have to put this one up. Did you already put that one up? But I'll put it up.
I did, but you can put it up again.
Okay. It's not too far off, really. Not too. I don't know about the alcoholism, but there has been questions about the other.
Yep.
I'm just saying accusations. I'm not saying I'm saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I believe it.
You're not saying it's true. You're not saying you have facts. You're just saying, based on the rumors that have been going around for a pretty good while.
Almost a decade.
Yeah. So, yeah, James Gunn, like I said, I didn't particularly care for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I thought it was decent, but I didn't think it was the best movie I'd seen out of the MCU in a while. I still think the first Guardians is the better of the 3. And even with it being several days after I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I'm still giving it a 6.5. I know I had initially said I might bump it up to 7 based on Rocket's story, but no, it's a 6.5.
I mean, that's still a respectable one.
Yeah, but there are things that still could have been better. And one of the biggest complaints I've heard a lot of people saying, and I can't disagree with it, is the fact that in the entire movie they're all angry, they're all shouting. It's like, okay, where's the fun? The first 2 movies had fun. Seeing your protagonist argue and complain just like the antagonist, well, it draws you away from the characters.
Right.
It does for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Star-Lord is supposed to have that light-hearted attitude.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, even a little bit of a scoundrelish. But it's like, he's just this guy who's in this galaxy doing stuff and trying to get answers. Yeah. How's that mercantile doing? Making sure the ladies don't get cold in the wintertime? Hmm?
We wouldn't want the ladies to get cold in the wintertime.
Mm-mm.
No, I mean, just think, ladies get cold. What's there to keep them warm?
And, actually, this is the time because I just want to let everybody know that this segment of Pop Talk is brought to you by Gap's Mercantile. That's right, Gap's Mercantile. Do you not have hair, down there? Don't worry. Give him a call and he'll take care. Every size, color, and shape imaginable out there and made with loving care. Gap's Mercantile, 1-800-555-BUSH. That's 1-800-555-BUSH. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, this article.
And remember, there is help out there.
Yes, there is help, but this also shows that some of these Hollywood creatives are not really equal to the sum of their parts, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can give them all the accolades, all the praise you want, but when you actually ask them the question, they go, what? I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's going to say, but Mike, they write other movies and TV shows. How do you expect them to remember? Well, when someone's asking you about something that you supposedly came up with on the fly, you should be able to remember it pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you won't remember, but it's certain things you will, especially if it's a project of love. And let's face it, I was going to say Hitchhikers, my God. Guardians of the Galaxy, a love project of his.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a love project, you kind of remember what you put in there. You know what lines, you know what's about. You don't come back going, about that. You're quick to talk about it. Now, if it's something more forgettable, it's like, oh, I did that? Yeah, it wasn't that good. It's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got another article, and before we go into that article, I am going to play a clip from last night's Jedi Fallen Order stream. Let me get it set up here.
While you're doing that, I want to address something. This is a new chair I got. This is a new gaming chair. A wonderful gaming chair I got. I don't have the old chair. I still have the old leg, though. So, yeah. Oh, it got moved. Ooh, that went fast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed last night's stream of Jedi Survivor, here's the pain I went through before we get into this next article related to Jedi Survivor.
All right, pain. It's time for pain.
Ouch, time. Oh, look at it. Whoa.
Come on. Yeah, there you see, battling the Rancor. He's hitting me. He smashed me.
Rancor trash.
How big is this area that you can move around?
Yeah, it was a pretty decent size.
Okay.
No.
Yay!
Cut off its head. No?
Fuck yeah!
I know it killed us.
and in case you didn't hear that.
Fuck yeah!
I know it killed those prospectors.
I almost thought for a moment that was one of the lines in the game.
Hears about this.
Whoa!
Right on his doorstep.
But yeah, I I died over and over and over and over again, and then I actually left the fight. Then I came back because I wanted to beat it. Gap was there through the whole thing. Yes, Rancor rants incoming because this game has issues, frame rate issues, input lag issues. You name it, it's got it. And there should be no stuttering in a game that was supposedly being delayed because of quality control issues that they wanted to make sure were ironed out before the game's release. Well, EA, like I said last night, I'm going to say it again. You fucked up. So, what does that have to do with our next article here? Well,
you tell me. What is it about?
I will bring up this next article because I don't think this is necessary for the character, but in today's society, they think it's always necessary to shove something into our entertainment, whether it's movies, television, or video games. Star Wars Jedi Survivor tie-in book author reveals Night Sister Mirren is pansexual, says the character's identity came from Respawn and Lucasfilm.
Pansexual is just another way of saying loose.
Yeah, I know. but really, is it necessary? Does it add anything to the character as far as the gameplay is concerned? No.
You know, in the old days, pansexual, the word pansexual wasn't there. It was called trisexual. I'll try anything. That was, the original, origin.
Yep. Yep. So this article by Jonathan Trent, which was posted on the 8th, says Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars author Sam Maggs, there's your reason why.
Worthless.
Recently claimed that the Night Sister Mirren is pansexual. Not only is the character pansexual according to Maggs, she was instructed to make it canonical by Respawn and Lucasfilm. So it goes on, and no, I'm not picking up this book.
No, I'm not either. I lost all interest when I saw Sam Maggs and then the rest of the bullshit. It's like, okay, I'm not interested. You might have had me reading one of the new Star Wars lore books. Just like that one with the Ronin, from that anime. And then it's like, they're going to have that continuing story. That looks like a story to be interesting. And then I just look at the bio, and all the bio is basically almost a political sexual rant. It's like, you lost me right there. It's like, what are you going to have in the book now? I can't trust you. If that's the important things that you're going to go with. I look for story.
You look for story. You look for characters to have some sort of character growth from the beginning of the book till the end of the book.
And a believable one, too.
In an interview with Popverse at the beginning of March, Max first detailed that what she loved about the character after playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. What, did she plan on journalist mode?
Probably. If there's an easy mode or a person out there, I'm sure it's her.
Yeah, well, there's some people in this community who enjoy easy mode. I can think of 2 people at least.
With cheats.
One with cheats. I don't know about the other one. Yeah. Is there
I know of 3. Yeah, we're going to be talking to them later on.
She told the outlet, I thought Mirren was the most interesting character in the game. Really?
I.e., she had feelings for her.
I thought her story held a ton of potential. I wanted to know exactly how she was feeling. I love an anti-hero. She wasn't really an anti-hero. Not when she aligns herself with the heroes.
That's just it. They don't even know what the meaning of the word is.
I love a complicated sort of lady. So what are you writing, your personnel ad saying likes complicated people, long walks on the beach, moonlight,
perfect example of I'm putting myself into this universe.
Yep. Anyways, I love a complicated sort of lady, which we don't get to see a lot in fiction. Who's still a good guy? Wait.
Whoa.
Baron. A complicated sort of lady that we don't get to see much in fiction. What did you say? Major Kira was a complicated sort of lady?
I would say very, very, incredibly so.
Yep.
What about Ivanova on Babylon 5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Complicated.
Extremely. Right, and not just her, Talia Winters and
Yeah.
most of the other women on that show.
Yeah. And couldn't you say Katie Sackhoff's version of Starbuck was complicated?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Not that I was a fan of the show, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
you will be a fan and you'll like it.
Oh, bite me. Well, even Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you take a look at the growth of that character from the first Alien to the second one, and what a change and a growth and complicated.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, the other one. What about the Terminator?
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
Exactly. Look how as it went from 1 to 2. I can't see anything past that one because I haven't really seen them. But between 1 and 2, you saw the growth and how the change, which again believable. She turned into a badass, again believable, and of course complicated.
Hey, you even throw 7 and 9 in the mix. How she started off. Very complicated character. It wasn't until the end of Voyager where she started letting herself, be a little bit loose. And I don't mean loose as in, going around the ship, being with everybody. Right. I mean, letting her shields down.
Yeah.
A little bit
exactly.
more.
And understanding what it is because she was a Borg for so long. It's like, this is emotion. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, this is proper way. I mean, talk about fish out of water. 7 and 9 was.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really like how they did her in Pucard.
No, because it wasn't 7 and 9.
No.
That's my opinion. I'm sticking to
it. I'm with you. No argument here. How about the argumentative one? Oh, he's probably asleep.
He's silent.
Yeah.
He's silent. I'm shocked.
I know. It's Silent Cash. It's Mikey's Silent Cash. There we go.
Watching that third season of Pucard, whatever. I don't know how to. 7 and 9 somewhat felt like herself, and then she was off, not being herself. I guess I don't know. I don't remember her always or usually acting like that in Voyager, but.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Sam Max the same person who said, "You don't like my comic book or my politics? Don't buy my book."
I think so. Yeah. And I don't care what a person's politics or anything like that is. Also, I read Harlan Ellison. He's 180 degrees from me. But I enjoy and appreciate, J. Michael Zazinski. Same thing. I don't care. But if you go out there with that attitude, I don't want you to read my stuff. Fine.
Fine, I won't.
If you don't like it, don't read it. Okay, fine. No problem.
Yeah. All right.
Not a problem.
Yeah, okay. All right. Your book will be at a dollar store for $1.25 soon enough.
Probably, yeah. Gotta remember one thing. When that bootleg copy of Heart of the Jedi came out, on Amazon,
and people were able to pick it up on Amazon for that short period of time,
right? And I think it was on there for about 3 weeks, and I got it towards the managed to get in there before that cut, thank goodness. But with no advertisement, a little bit of the word of mouth amongst us, but no advertising at all. The only new Star Wars, continuity book that beat it was Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
That came in below that, and of course, what do you expect? Temzon, Theron. That's always going to be people going for. But all the other Star Wars books were way low, including pretty much the the High Republic. Yeah.
Oh no, guys! I think something's happened to the Baron, man. I think he took too big of a hit, man.
Hey, man. Whoa!
You okay, man?
My hands are so big.
We like to have fun here.
Yes, we
and
do.
that's what I like about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this article goes on to quote Mags, and we're not talking about Magitech Mags.
No.
There's
sweet, lovely.
There's the good side, the light side of the Force, Magitech Mags, and then there's the dark side, Sam Mags.
Yeah.
So the article goes on to say, I love everything about her. And so I immediately wanted to dive into her perspective and her thoughts and her story and expand it. I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mirren was originally envisioned as pansexual by the team at Respawn, Mags then revealed. So that was an established thing when I came on to writing this book. Something that the Respawn team wanted to explore with this book and wanted to establish with this book was Marin's pansexuality. So that it would be clear, canonical, and also is something that the book gives us a unique opportunity to explore.
Okay, I got one question.
All right.
Who's supposed to be the protagonist in this book?
I don't know if it's Cal. I don't know
Cal, right?
if it's Greaves or if it's Sarah.
Well,
I don't know.
He's prominent on the cover of the book. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover. I think this is going to be an important thing. But he's prominent, you
would think it's Cal, but you see Sarah, you see Marin, and you see Greaves.
Right. So, the main protagonist, you would think, would be Cal. And the others are supporting that main character. The way she's writing this all up, it's almost like no, she's going to be the main character now. She's the main protagonist.
And it goes on to say here, she continued, not a lot of time in video games to do romance and extraneous characters. We got stuff going on. And also, again, excuse me, the games being from Cal's perspective, this is a really unique opportunity to get Marin's thoughts and establish the way she feels about people in a really intimate way.
Okay.
Well, geez. Here's a spoiler from Jedi Survivor, and a spoiler for anybody who hasn't completed Fallen Order. She does give Cal a hug, and she feels bad because she just hugged him because she just met him. But it also gives you a hint that maybe she has feelings for Cal.
So let's wind back a little bit there. In video games, you don't have a chance to expand on this stuff. You got it right. But the thing is, you're right. Is it necessary?
It depends what they want to put in the game. Like romances in video games can be good and stuff. It just depends how it works.
Well, romances in Star Wars can be good. It can be bad. You can have the good romance like Han and Leia, or you can have the bad one, which was Anakin and Padme. Let's face it.
Well, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible. But yes, the Attack of the Clones, some of the stuff, the cutting of the fruit and so on. Oh,
there was some. It's like
it's cheesy as bad, but you could tell that they still loved each other. But it's like, how old is she compared to him?
Well, yeah, she's like,
what's going on?
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years older. Yeah. Hey, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play this clip, and it's not gonna be the one you expect.
Hey.
All right, where is it?
I'll be doing this.
Walter, it's not Saturday. Where are you? There you are.
Well,
No.
hey, whoa! Where you get that from me in the bathroom?
All right.
You whip this out.
Oh God. You know, we've got to watch Blazing Saddles one of these days.
Oh, I got it on DVD.
Yeah, I agree with Jace. You know, like the love story wasn't that bad. Yeah, there was some cheesy stuff in the Attack of the Clones. Yes, it looked like she had that thing around her neck a little too tight, that dress that she was wearing. But no, I mean, it was still, you could tell that those two still loved each other. So
yeah.
As far as Baron to Gap,
do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
And I do want to say hello to Jason from 540 Studio.
Yo, Jace.
You know, he is right about that because it goes right back to the old space opera, which influenced George Lucas. So, yeah, he got a point here. It just could have been done better, I think.
Certain things could have been done better, yes.
Yeah, some of it seemed a little creepy, if you ask me.
So the article continues to say, after claiming it is hard to find time for romantic subplots in AAA action-focused video games for supporting characters, Max again reiterated the instruction to make Mirren pansexual came from Respawn, and not only did it come from Respawn, but Lucasfilm as well. And then, of course, she has to insert herself in here. I am a queer author. It's really important for me to tell queer stories. Well, why can't you tell stories from neutral ground and have different characteristics in each character
and
different traits?
I would also argue that when they're always telling these queer stories, somebody's got some kind of static going.
We have some electromagnetic interference.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay? All right.
I can hear you.
All right.
Is Kevin Newsom trying to block your signal?
No, I think that's you, Baron. I think you've got, yeah, it's okay. Anyways, yeah, it's you, Baron.
Yeah, it's you, brother.
It's all right, buddy. Better check your electrical something. Check your electric.
Well, when I get these things,
electronic stuff.
Better
no,
yeah,
it's okay, man.
No, they creak. They creak. They don't squeak. They creak. Especially this my rain figure.
But even when they're doing these type of relationships, these gay relationships and stuff, they do such a poor job that I've seen, especially the last few years, of making people really care about them. And then they go, "Oh, you need to care about this. Why? Give me a good reason." Yeah, they always talk about, I want queer relationships. Well, why don't you make them more interesting? Did the character die? How did they become into a relationship? No, it's just like, oh, they're just in a relationship. Well, that doesn't make you care about them. It doesn't matter if they were straight characters. Just start building. Is Mags going to actually build that relationship, though? Or is she just going to throw two characters together and say they're gay and you have to love them? Or they're straight, you have to love them. But she just wants to do like queer characters, okay?
Because, like it says here, I am a queer author.
Okay.
It's really important for me to tell queer stories and to have that representation for people who might be fans like myself of Star Wars. So this was an established thing about her. Yeah, she made it about her.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly.
She might be saying it was an established thing about Mirren, but no, she self-inserted herself, and that's one of the worst things any writer could do is self-insert themselves into a character.
Yeah, she basically did fan fiction because that's what fan fiction is. How can I insert myself in there. It's as funny as like Sheldon doing Star Trek. The Star Trek set shit. Where he wrote his episode, and it's all about him. And that's just it. None of this is needed. None of what she sat back is needed in this.
I just would like writers coming out to say, I just want to make queer characters because that's just what I want to feel. I get tired of these buzzwords like representation. Just say, right. I want to make queer characters because that's what I enjoy making. And so, and then I wish they would also say, this is how I want to build these characters. That would just make more sense. But when they always throw representation in there, my brain starts spinning around.
And here's the thing, that's the only thing they want to focus on. And a lot of people, when we meet a new character, we don't want that to be the main focus of the character. What else does this character have about them that makes it either a likable character or an unlikable character?
Exactly. You're static, Barry.
And Barry, you're static.
Poor Baron, man.
It's okay. He'll get it fixed.
He'll get it fixed. It's all good.
I'll just continue to make faces.
He's gonna just make faces.
So, it says this was an established thing about her, meaning Marin, but also we can pretty much take a good guess at Mags inserted herself into the story, and she goes on to say, I just really had the opportunity from Lucasfilm and the Respawn team to make it clear and canonical. Okay, we get it. Pop verse Alex Jaffe would then comment, that's so cool. So you were like, I want to write the Mirren book. And then they said, great. Also, she's pansexual. I'm sorry. I had to add that there.
Yep. How's this now? Let me use a different speaker.
That's better.
Okay, I probably sound worse, but there's none of that stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good. That way I don't have to worry about people bitching about me.
Sorry, Darren. Sorry.
Well, I said before also because the guy was in the professional comics and he was basically his big push was to turn everything gay. And then what happens is he's not selling anything, and he's begging people to send him money through PayPal or whatever it is because I can't make my bills. I said back then, I said no. If you're going to go for homosexual stories, it's a niche. It's not a wide. Just like the love stories, the comics that they had back in the day. Those were a niche. They had a limited group of people going to it. So it's not an attack on homosexual. It's just that type of thing. Well, if you're going to start focusing on making it homosexual, expect no one to be reading it in the big volumes that you want, because that's not what they want. They want Star Wars.
Right. Exactly. And go back and do your research. If you have a queer character, gay character, trans character, whatever, maybe something like an alien, whatever that we've seen in Star Wars before, you need to build the character. Why do we care? The question should always be, and I wish more of these writers would come out and stop this whole thing about how entitled they feel that they come out and say, this is how we're going to build the character, and just do it. And then people will be like, okay, I'm feeling that. And also this whole thing about tearing down old characters, none of this stuff is good. It doesn't help anything. It just upsets people. And they don't need to be upset by that. They just don't. We don't need to hear that Batman's a fascist, even though it's a joke behind. I'm not going to go on a 12-hour rant about, why George Lopez said Batman's a fascist in the Blue Beetle trailer. But it's silly. This stuff is stupid and silly. What are we doing here? Oh, isn't it funny? Haha. I mean, is it funny? I guess, kind of.
Well, that's just the thing. You just hit upon a lot of stuff that we joked about. They turned around and started trying to twist it into the story. They tried to make the joke into the story,
right? Which
doesn't work. It starts destroying the character or the stories itself. I mean, when people keep on talking about, Kirk and Spock having a sexual relationship in this new strange new voyage or whatever, or the new Kelvin verse or whatever BS verse, Alex Kurtzman verse is. And it's like, well, that came out of basically girls writing fan fiction in the 1970s. You'd pick up at the freak conventions. It's like, and the covers would have them kissing and having romantic moments, badly drawn, by the way. And of course, what did they do? They took that and they decided to run with it. It's like, quit taking the freaking fan. The Kyber crystals being bled. That was kind of fanfic. It wasn't established that way originally with lightsabers.
I would just want to look at people like Sam Maggs and some of these other writers who feel this way. Even the writer who wrote "I Am Not Starfire" or whatever, who did an insert, and say, "How do you guys think that this is good writing?" Like, you're probably going to be like, "Oh, I'm a woman, so you're attacking me because you're a male." Blah blah blah, some nonsense. But it's like, how do you think this is good writing? And if you care so much about these queer characters that you always want to make, Sam Maggs, then why don't you build them up? Why don't you make people care? Where's the death? Maybe the character died. Maybe it had maybe it had a virus that did something to him. Where is the building? This is what we've seen for a number of years. Why can't this come back? Why do we have to only depend on the fans because they care more? Well, why can't you? You get paid more money. It's crazy to me.
Oh, especially when he said back going about women authors. A.C. Crispin, Vonda McIntyre, Leigh Brackett, Andre Norton. I mean, don't go out there that, oh, we're going to be whatever because you're a woman writer. They were extremely successful. And Ann Crispin, especially with the Star Wars, with her Han Solo series of books that she put out. Vonda McIntyre, however, Star Wars stories, one of the worst they had in the old EU, but she's a great Star Trek writer. I don't know if it was or if she's still around. I know Ann Crispin unfortunately passed away.
Yeah. And gentlemen, we have someone who would like to chime in, so I sent him the link. And here he is from 540 Studios. Please welcome Jason Fox.
Hello, everybody.
There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. Hello, everybody. I am a little sick, so I'm sorry about that. I'm a lot better now, but I have the flu, so.
Oh, I thought because you're Norwegian.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. It's always because I'm Norwegian. That's why I'm sick.
See, I'm Norwegian ancestry. I can get away with that.
Yes,
if I was a Swede, it'd be fighting battle.
No, but this whole thing with Marin being, pansexual and all that, it is stupid, and they don't talk about it in the game either. So why is it relevant? Is, in my opinion, like, why is it relevant at all? It is the same thing. If you want to know what happens with the alien's hand, you have to read a tie-in. And I still remember back in the day when Disney kind of said that you don't need to care about comics or books. You don't need to read that to understand stuff. But now it's like, oh, but how did he lose his hand? Like, I want to know what happened to him. Oh, you have to read the tie-in book, the little tie-in book that we had, and also
when all they really have to do is have Grease say a line as you're talking to him in the game, with Cal saying, "What happened to your hand?" "Oh, I got into a fight and I lost my hand, but that's okay. I got 3 other ones."
Yeah, it's just like one little dialogue can change so much in a game, in a movie, in a book. Just a little dialogue. It doesn't need to take long. Just a little mention of it,
Oh, I mean, I always sit back, I always say, you're going to get sick of me saying it, but Obi-Wan's, or Ben Kenobi, because, that's what he's going as, telling Luke about basically a quick history of what happened. The Jedi Knights were the guardians of the guardians for 1,000 generations or what, and then go through until the dark time until and that little bit explains so much of the world, but yet still kept the mystery.
Yep, you can do stuff like that easy.
Yeah, very easy. You don't have to explain every intricate little detail. You got to keep things a mystery. Right. And it doesn't need to be touched on at any point. You leave it a mystery. So fans can come up with their own reasons as to why certain things happened or what happened during the Clone Wars.
Yeah, right. That's why I like when it comes to the prequels, you get to hear about the midichlorians and all that kind of stuff, but you don't really know 100% what it is. There's still a lot of mystery between everything, and it's just like you will have a little explanation to understand what it is, but you're not gonna get the full picture because we want you to think, we want you to like fantasize, have your own view, yada yada. That's you have the mystery, and that's really important at the same time. You have a dialogue that will keep you like, oh, this is interesting, but also the mystery is like, oh shit, this is I like this mystery. Like we can take Joker for example. We don't want to know who he is. We know a lot of different backstories that he has told, but that is the mystery. That is what's fun. One of them can be the real backstory. None of them can be real. You don't know. It's like a mystery with certain small things, and that is what is great with certain stuff. And well, I don't like Jedi Survivor. I don't like the game. I haven't bought it. I'm not gonna buy it.
You will like it, Jason. You'll buy it sometime soon. You'll like it.
I have seen the full game story. That's enough for me. But just that little dialogue that his hand is gone, easy. Just to like keep the fans a little, that's what happened. Okay, that's interesting. I want to know more about that. Easy.
Well, that's the difference between people doing fanfic and people actually knowing how to write. And just a couple of words or a sentence can explain a lot. And just like Mike said, we need to have mystery. That's why it's like we don't need a Han Solo movie about him being young.
I know.
We need to keep that mystery.
They messed up that movie either way. So
yeah, and
they removed his whole family. His whole Solo family is gone.
Yep. But the thing is he was larger than life and had so much legend behind him as he got into the rebellion. It's good. It's good that it's ambiguous. You don't know what's true or what's not. Or don't take the helmet off of freaking Boba Fett.
Yeah, we already know Tamara Morrison had a big problem with that. And you can't blame him.
He even said, Boba Fett talks too much.
Yep.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
He knows the character. He knows that character. Props to him.
Yep.
I mean, in a way, that's a blessing to have an actor who knows the character inside and out, knows how the character would act, knows what the character would say, what the character wouldn't say.
Yep.
But when you have people who don't care about honoring the legacy of a character and making sure that a character doesn't do certain things, then you get what we got with the Book of Boba Fett.
Yep. Well, for example, I have a good here. You heard about the Wednesday TV show, right? On Netflix.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say it's good. I've heard people say it's good, but it does have its own problems.
Yeah, but what I liked is that Jenna Ortega actually took her foot down when something was wrong. She wanted the character to be more accurate as possible, so that when there was scenes or stuff that were out of character, she said no. So it is funny. We need to have more actors who put their foot down and actually says this is not how the character is supposed to be.
But if they're not happy, Jace, then should they just walk away and not take the paycheck, or?
Well, Cavell did it.
Yeah, it depends on actor to actor. Like if I was an actor and we said that I was going to play a character that I've loved from the comics and they ruined the character, I would say I don't fucking care about the money. Then I'm not gonna play a character that you ruined. I refuse to destroy the legacy of one of these characters from Marvel, DC, or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that's why I like actors who can, put the foot down and say, like, we have Henry Cavill who put his foot down. We have Jenna Ortega. And we need more people like that. We need more writers and actors like that are like, nope, I refuse to do this. I want the character to stay on line of who he or she is.
Well, I know one that did that, Peter Graves. Peter Graves did not. They wanted him to come back for the Mission Impossible movie, but when he found out what they're going to do as character, he said no.
Yep. And and with Boba Fett, she in the comics, in the books back in the day with the EU, he's a badass character. He doesn't take off his mask. Basically, he had, he becomes the Mandalore. He has a family. He helped Jaina Solo. There's like so much with him that they just removed. And I know Disney always say, because we are on the topic of LGBTQ plus, and they basically claim that there's basically no LGBTQ in expanded universe, but it was. Even one of the main soldiers to Boba Fett, he was a gay man who was married to a gay dude. Like, they were gay. Like, he had a gay companion who was a good friend of him. There's like always been
but
stuff
they
like
built
that.
up the character in the book, right? Like they built him up, the character in the novel.
It was not forced or anything. He was a good soldier.
Because they built it up, right? It's important. Any character should be built. They throw characters in there, gay, straight, whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
and then
just,
you have this
annoying.
character. You have this character. It's Marin. It's like you have her. There is no point of her being what they call it pansexual. And I will say this again. I don't support pansexuality because it's not real, and I just want to say that because I was there when it became popular. I was a Tumblr emo kid. So yes, I was there when they did the whole pansexual thing. And when I start reading about it, I'm just like, yeah, it's just bisexual with a different name. It's nothing different.
Right.
But in the Star Wars world, it means that you fuck robots, you fuck ships, you fuck everything. You
Lando throws a flashlight at the droid, and they're back there.
Well, doesn't it also feel like the last few years they just want to throw sex into all these different shows, and
but that is what
yourself,
they do.
Do we
that
need this?
No, we don't.
We need
we
this. Yeah.
It's like with her, it was just pushed in that book thing, the tie-in book. That's it. Just pushed in there. Just to have, she has to be this pansexual thing. She has to be this. And we have this woman that says that, she's queer or whatever. And I know that's probably more in this article.
Like me.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of just like me, let me read this paragraph right here in the article.
Okay.
And then you can all say what you want to say, because I already have my own thoughts formulated.
Well, I'm sure you do.
It goes on to say, as the interview progressed, Max made the claim she does not have an agenda. Bullshit.
Then I'm gonna ask, why did you put?
While
why,
at
why
the
did,
same
why did
time immediately describing herself as an unapologetic feminist. You do have an agenda. You're
you
making
have
it
an agenda
perfectly clear.
easy there. Yep, you have an agenda really easy there. She's just trying to say, I'm not doing an agenda, but I am doing an agenda. Okay, I just try not to tell that I'm doing an agenda, but
that's the worst double speak out there. I mean, I don't have an agenda, but I mean, right there, and it shows if you're that much of an idiot to make that statement, can you imagine what the book's going to be like? And remember, I think she was kicked off of the team that was redoing the Knights of the Old Republic.
She
was just an absolute nutcase.
And the tie-in book is pretty bad. Spartacus have gone through the tie-in book. That happens. He went through what happens between the Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. And that's when you get to know. Yeah, that's where you get to know what happens to the arm, to the alien, and then you get to know that she's pansexual and likes to fuck everything. So, the story was.
She has a nice little collection of pans, and it's like, I'm gonna take this one. I want the non-stick Teflon tonight.
I thought he was saying hams. I thought she liked a variety of hams.
Ooh,
salted, sweet.
Whoa, we're getting into a weird area here.
Yeah. But no, they have to do every character that is like more popular, because she's a popular character in the game since the first game. A lot of people, start simping for her. But of course, they're gonna make her pansexual then, because then you will have these shills that will cater more, and they're like, oh, she's LGBT. I am also now. I can oh my god, now I can hook up with girls and be this character. Yada yada. They're like, that's what they do. They just cater to these woke people. That's what they do.
That's all they want to do. Is cater to the woke people who won't even buy the book. They won't even play the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to ask these people who are interested in this. Would you buy this? Would you play these games?
Like I would say that if they removed High Republic, they removed the LGB agenda shit, and just try to focus more on a good storytelling with the game, I would have bought it. But,
I mean, you brought up the High Republic. I mean, their big one was having those two pansexual brothers, twins, and they look, no hair, no eyebrows. They look like they were psycho.
Yeah,
like,
they are trans non-binary, and I don't know how that
Yeah.
works, because when you're trans, you're supposed to change your gender to the other one, but you're also non-binary, and in their term, that means you're not a binary. So tell me again, people out there, when you call yourself trans non-binary, how does it work? It doesn't.
Well, it's like all those that run around saying they're anarchists, but yet they have a book by Marx in their pocket.
Yep. No, but that's, even in the High Republic, you have a fucking geode or whatever they call it, that stone, that rock, that drive. Yeah. It's like they don't have any creativity in this universe. The writers here, like when you go back and you watch videos and stuff from their interview and stuff, I don't know if you guys remember that one of the writers in Lucasfilm now took marking over Luke Skywalker and Christ him, made an X on him to like erase him.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yep, and then they also had a storyboard that they had, like, we need dinosaurs, more diversity, yada yada, like a storyboard thing.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the freaking dinosaurs.
Oh, if you go and watch my part 2 of Jedi Survivor, you'll see a dinosaur in the game. Dinosaur!
But it's not in the High Republic.
Well, we had dinosaurs before, right? So, whatever.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, but the thing is again, it's like watching a bunch of fanboys and fangirls sitting around going, "How do we do this fan fiction and serious selves?" And there's no control, there's no leash, and that's what the difference.
There's no one keeping them in line saying you cannot write this, you cannot write that. Mm-hmm. This is your guideline to writing a Star Wars story. This is what a Star Wars story must have. This is what a Star Wars story should never have.
Right. And back in the...
It's like Gene Roddenberry's Bible for the next generation. He put in aspects in that Bible that said, if anything, the characters and the stories that they're involved in should get the audience thinking.
Right.
They shouldn't be used as an agenda. And at the end, you should look at our heroes as heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that writer's Bible. I hope I still got it somewhere.
So there we go. Here we have it. This is from the storyboard from Disney Star Wars. And fiction, we need surprise, diversity, actual ending.
Yeah.
Feelings. So you're telling us that were there no feelings in the old Star Wars, apparently?
No, I guess
relatable characters, and again, LGBT and other stuff. You have, could be super relatable. So you have everything here: mythic scope, droids, not pro-war,
but
space and lightsaber. No single main character. The Force, the High Republic. So it just goes on and on with stupidity.
Yeah, you need to put that on the board like that. You're a moron. And I'll tell you, back in the old days at the EU, they had someone. Her name was Lucy Wilson. Open up if you find these old books, the old EU books, and open up. There's always a thanks to Lucy Wilson, because they had to go to her with their proposals and what they had to, and then she'd go to Lucas. Anybody who sits back and says Lucas had no idea what's going on, you're a moron, because she would talk to Lucas, and Lucas would give okays, or you can do this or you can't do that, and then go back to the author, and it was up to them to go with the wishes of Lucasfilm of the good old days.
Yep. No, but this is what they do. It's like They even wrote they don't want a single main character, but they do have Rey. They do have certain characters who are their main character. So what the hell are you guys talking about?
Well, I think that big board was more about the High Republic series than the sequel trilogy, because they had, as they sat back and said, they had no plan for that.
Oh, they had no
He had no
plan
white.
at all.
There was no plan for that.
I
That
remember I remember Daisy Ridley back in the day also, when she started talking about, first she was a Skywalker, and then a Kenobi, and then Palpatine, and then nothing, and then she's back to being this and this in an interview, and just like, yeah, that's what we have said since day one. They had no fucking plans.
no. But that was all the stuff for the freaking High Republic, which is the reason why a High Republic isn't doing that well for them, but they still want to keep on throwing it down our throat.
And now, yeah, and they destroyed the whole High Republic too with lightsabers, because you can climb with lightsabers. Now you can just put them in stone and climb with them, hanging. Oh Jesus! But no, you can do that with lightsabers now. It's like if you can fly with lightsabers in Star Wars, it's stupid. You cannot fly with lightsabers. That's not how they work.
No.
The same thing with when they started with the whole bleeding.
To quote Han Solo in The Force Awakens, that's not how the Force works.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also it's the bleeding with lightsabers are such a stupid idea. They removed every single thing that has a meaning. Like when you have a green lightsaber, you are more into the Force. If you have a blue lightsaber, you are more of a warrior, more of a knight. There's like so many meanings with the crystals, and I have played so many. I played KOTOR 1 and 2, SWTOR. I've read the books. I have the fucking Jedi book in my collection, reading about lightsabers and crystals, and they removed everything that has a meaning.
They remove everything that's important to what makes Star Wars Star Wars.
Right. I mean, the reason why the Sith lightsabers are red is because they were synthetically made, which heightens that era, that thing that the Sith were not with, on the opposite side of nature. They, the corruptness of it.
Well, that leads to my question to you, Baron, because you can recall Star Wars lore better than I can. But aren't some of the kyber crystals taken from fallen Jedi and then converted to the dark side by the Sith Lord torturing the kyber crystal?
That's the new Star Wars crap.
That's that's the bleeding. That's the bleeding from Disney Star Wars. That's why Ahsoka's lightsabers are white. Is because she did, trying to heal them or whatever it was, and they became white. I don't, as long time as I read that book, but and then you have you have a blue lightsaber, you can bleed it and make it red. It's like Harry Potter. They are the crystals now are living creatures, basically, that you have to torture and bleed.
Yeah, see, we didn't have kyber crystals until I don't know. I don't know if it showed up in the Clone Wars or what, but there were crystals that they used, and
even with KOTOR and SWTOR, they are known as crystals and kyber crystals in a way. And you have like stories like when you get your lightsabers, you have to make your own lightsaber, and then you will get the crystal. And if you choose to be a Jedi who is more Force connected, it's naturally you will have a green lightsaber. You can of course change it, but everything has a meaning. And
the crystals, when you went to go get the crystals almost, you were kind of, okay, this is the crystal, and it was a blue one, or it was, whatever, which kind of shows which path you're going. And then of course you had the rare one, like the purple one for good old Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep, but what I also liked with that, because I know they didn't have a purple lightsaber in the start, but what I liked with it is that it kind of became a new thing with it. It's like, maybe he knows how to do the light and Sith side. He's a Jedi who knows that, and when you combine the colors, you have a purple lightsaber, and that became a thing in an expanded universe.
And it was actually the lightsaber originally was the big headed guy, and he gave it to their explanation of why, when it was depicted earlier that the good old Mace Windu was running through with the blue saber. Now he's got that purple. It was given to him by Kai Adamin as an honor, as a gift to it. So it was like an honorable thing that he now had this lightsaber.
Oh, yep. But no, with the red lightsabers back in the day, it was synth crystals. They were called synthetic lightsaber crystals. But unfortunately, that is no longer. You can just take whatever crystal now and bleed it.
Right. Which again, like I said, that was some fanfic prancing around going, "Hey, what would be neat if this happened?"
Yep. No, it is stupid. It really is, and they don't know how to write this universe. They don't know how to make Star Wars unique. It used to be unique with so much unique story, unique sabers, no matter what it is. God damn it. It's like I also have the Jedi book, and you can learn a lot more about lightsabers and even light axes, basically, and light whips. And there's like so many different forms of weapons and styles. It's just like it's unique. It's fun.
Well, the light whip came from the original Star Wars run of Marvel Comics. That's that Lumina, and she had the light, the basically the lightsaber whip, and that's how.
Well, if you like the kinky shit, that's the way to go.
Well, especially how she was dressed too. It's like, oh my.
But no, it is the same thing that I say that I don't care about Disney Star Wars. Yes, I do talk about it, but the reason is because I need to. I need to talk about it. We need to talk about what is happening with it all. But I'm never buying, Jedi Survivor or anything Disney Star Wars related comics, books, or whatever.
Well, I mean, I just love the old EU, so it's like, I got immersed in it until about the Wong came about. I hated that, but still, it's better Star Wars.
Yes, it is, and I'm trying to collect every single expanded universe book and everything. But I live in Norway, so the hard thing about living in Norway is like when you order it costs a lot. It costs a lot of money, and a lot of times when I have ordered from Amazon, I get the damn fucking Legends banner on.
Yeah, I know.
So yes, I do own a lot of Legends banners on my books right now. But what I'm doing is that when I find books that has no Legends banner on them, I will buy them, and then I will replace them, and I will remove the ones with Legends on them, because I don't want Legends on them. I want no Legends.
Well, they got that because they are legendary, but they don't realize that.
No, it's just Disney what did that. And I see that Andor Poriel asked, did any of you like Andor? No, I didn't. I know Cash Money liked it a little bit better than me, but I hate Andor. Even though I know someone who worked on Andor, I still hate Andor.
I will always defend Andor. I don't care what anybody says. That's it.
You just want to fuck the main guy, we know.
That's not even.
Whoa!
Don't be hating on something that I like there, Jay.
Cash Money Mags?
Ugh, no. Jesus is gonna have to give himself a timeout soon for that slothfulness.
Well, I'm just trying to tell the truth, man.
That's all we ask here. Be honest. I'm not gonna. It's like I said last night during my Jedi Survivor stream. I'm not gonna give people a phony personality. I'm not gonna come on here and go, "Hey guys." No, you're gonna get the honest truth here.
Yep.
And
hey guys, and today we're gonna play some fun Star Wars Survivor games. Yay!
Yay! No, I'm going to be blunt at times. If I start cursing, it's because you're getting how I actually feel about something.
Yeah,
Especially
but how do you like the game so far? I know that I don't like it, but how do you like it so far? I haven't caught up to every stream you've done yet,
it,
but
if it wasn't for the input lag and the rate issues and a few other issues with the game, I think this game would be awesome. But because of those factors, right now
yeah,
I'm giving the game a 6.5.
what do you think of the story so far though?
It, it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest story being told yet, but
Oh,
I don't think I've gotten that deep into the story to actually start really caring.
yep, that's why I say you have to be happy when you get to the near end of the game.
You have to read the book now. You need to do
Yeah,
that.
you have to read the book too.
Is,
It was perfect. Yep. Well, when it comes to Andor, also the big problem again is that Disney hired a guy who didn't even like Star Wars, and one of the things he did and only wanted to do when he made the show was to try to make his girl like Star Wars, basically.
Yeah,
That's
but
basically what he said on a fucking interview.
that was the last live action show that actually makes people feel something, and it makes people feel something good. Yes, there could have been more action, but there was compelling drama, and I know some people didn't like Mon Mothma and so on. I get it, but
But I'm
I
happy that
like
you
that
liked it, man.
show,
I'm
man.
happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy you liked it, though. I
I
didn't.
I know
I
you
watched
do.
it. It's like when the first 3 episodes came, and I was watching the three first episodes, and it's just like you need 3 episodes to get to the point. Well, that is bad storytelling. You should not supposed to do that with 3 episodes at once. Like first episode should drag you at least a little in, maybe 2, but not 3 episodes. That's lazy writing. I liked episode 6. I don't like everything in episode 6, but I think episode 6 looked the best because that's where our friend worked on. He worked hard on that episode.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got to start wrapping this up.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we gotta start wrapping this up because Baron, Cash, and I are gonna be over on Phil's channel talking to Echo Base Network and Matt Brisman.
Yes.
Baron and I are kind of tag teaming it. Baron's gonna go in for the first half hour. I'm gonna come in
Booyah!
for the last half hour. So yeah.
Yep.
So, any thoughts on this article? I mean, I'm not going to read the rest of it. We all pretty much know what it is. It's
Know what they're
self-insert.
talking about.
Yeah.
No last thoughts of it. That she's a hypocrite. She's an idiot. She's just the same old woke writer that does the same thing like 90% of all the writers we have at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't hold back, Chase.
It's just
I never do.
It's the arrogance. It's more the arrogance than anything. I think if people would just take that out of the equation, then it would be better. But they can't, so it's a huge problem.
Yep. No, so that's the last thing I got to say about it. And I want to say, because you guys did talk about Guardians, I like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I hate Adam Warlock, but everything else I did like.
So you and I have two completely different perspectives on the movie, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's like I've said before, is that Guardians of the Galaxy is the movies that I like best in the MCU universe. And I'm not an MCU guy. I'm a Marvel guy, old comics, but I'm not like an MCU guy. I hate Endgame, for fuck's sake. But go give Guardians of the Galaxy a shot. At least it was great, other than Adam Warlock. That's the only thing that pissed me off. And Drax a little bit, but I still like Drax at a certain point. But it was a fine movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I get a 6.5 out of 10. But
no, that's not that bad.
Here's the thing: different perspectives. Different
yeah,
expectations for the movie. Baron can go in and see it and say, "Oh, this is a 10 out of 10." Cash could go see it and say, "Oh, this is a 7 out of 10."
Yep.
Don't worry, he'll tell you backstage why you're wrong.
At least we can all agree, since you've seen it, Mike, right?
Yeah, I went and saw it Saturday.
Yeah, we can both agree it's better than Disney Star Wars.
yeah, it is better than Disney Star Wars, and this may not be saying much, but it is better than Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum Mania or Quantum of Solace. I know I keep calling Quantum of Solace,
Yeah.
but
I thought it was Quaalude.
Quantum of Solace really wasn't a good James Bond movie.
Well, I never heard. I have never.
I don't think it was bad.
Mr. Contrary.
I didn't hate it.
You didn't love it either.
No Time to Die, though. I have some problems with them.
Why? Because people didn't die. There was no time to do it. I understand that.
Yeah, I just want to see people
did
die.
die. People did die.
Then they lied to you in the title. Okay.
So, Jason, what do you have coming up on your channel, brother?
Well, I was supposed to take a week off and a weekend off because I'm sick, but I'm feeling a lot better and I miss streaming. So, on Thursday, we are gonna try to do the Beyond show. Hopefully, I will feel better than I do now. And do the Beyond show, talk about some pop culture, whatever is going on. We probably are going to talk about this Jedi Survivor thing at the same time as some other stuff. And in the
lying
week
to yourself, Nerdporial.
and in the weekend, like every Saturday, I'm trying to do at least every other Saturday or Friday. I am trying to do not a podcast, but a podcast where I invite, our audience and whoever who wants to join and just have a talk about whatever you want to. Talk about your opinions, talk about some fun stuff. It doesn't matter. Just come in, it's like going to a pub, take a beer, and just get to know each other and have fun. So that is the plans right now.
Okay.
I am gonna work on some videos to the gaming channel. I just have to go through a lot of streams of Moss and Spartacus. They have long streams with Hogwarts Legacy, so that's gonna be fun to go through everything.
You coming into this stream sick. If I get sick, I'm coming after you, Jace. I'll let you know that.
Well, that's fine. It's okay. I like you, so you are my Tom from Wish, so it's fine.
You're our Andre from Wish.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Mike. We still gotta wrap this up, though.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got wrap.
I know.
Just Phil sent me a message, so.
and look at Cash Money's new Hooligans intro.
Yes.
Well, cool. Then, is there anything else you want to promote real quick, Jace, before I pass it along to Cash?
Not really. I just want to say, I just want the audience to remember life's too short, make the most of it. And we in this panel, we love you, we appreciate you, and thank you for being here, giving us your support. We would not been here today if it wasn't for all of you. So God bless everyone. Thank you, and we will see you next time.
All right, Cash, you're up.
All right, so
chop chop.
This week, yep, chop chop. So this week, Final Fantasy 12. This will be the second time I'm playing a Final Fantasy game on stream. I've never played on YouTube on stream, so that should be fun. And then on Saturday, Mike and I, hopefully a few other people, we're going to take on Satan in Broforce.
Broforce.
Yep. Yes, of course.
Guess money, bro. PACIFIC414 Baron Bro attack.
And then Crit Bro, right? Crit may be there.
Crit
or
Bro.
Paul Bro. We'll see. Yeah.
You never know.
Napoleon Bro. All right. Anything else, Cash?
Nope. That's all for now.
Baron Bro attack. What do you got coming up?
Nothing much. Just you and maybe Broforce or whatever we concoct up there. I made it fast.
All right.
And
Go.
And of course, the Kings Sundays, 5:00, 24/7.
All right, and as far as PACIFIC414 is concerned, there will be nothing tomorrow or Friday. Of course, Saturday we'll be playing Broforce over on the Phantom Rolligans.
Bro!
Yeah.
And then, of course, Sunday, PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, Sunday edition. So, real quick, I just want to take the time, because I do this all the time, to thank everybody who was here. I want to thank Superfan Adam Shawhan for being here. I also want to thank the Nerdporial Lifeform for being here. Low Specs Linux Laptop, thank you for being here. And Veritex, thank you for being here. And of course, Jason, you joined us on the panel. You were in the chat first. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Old Man, thank you for being here. And we also had Prismatics. He was here.
Hey, my other co-host in my company.
Yeah.
Yes. And we also had Real Wade Nation Blog. We had Mr. Cracking the Whip himself, Phil McCracken. Decepticons Cave of Comics and Toys, thank you very much. Gap After Dark, thank you very much.
It's lovely to see everyone out there.
Yes, it is. Nighthawk, thank you very much. Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000, thank you very much. And of course, he's on the panel, but he was in the chat first. Baron Orman Tag, thank you very much. And thank you to all. If you like what you saw here, please like, share, subscribe to everybody who was here. And remember, I'm not just a baseball guy, I'm an all-around guy. Take care, everyone, and be sure to hop over to Phil McCracken's channel for our interview with Coach and Nick and Matt Risman from Echo Base Network. Take care, all.
I thought our model was the fourth family. Or was it we are, you are? How about stay angry? No.
Happy birthday, Doomcock. No,
yeah,
we don't take any other slogans.
All right.
Happy birthday. Beware Harvey's bearing gifts.
All right, see you guys soon, man.
See you soon.
Yeah, bro.